Coming up on this edition of Access Virginia Beach. Hurricane season is here. See what forecasters are predicting. And reducing response times. Local fire departments are now a part of the automatic aid program. Plus, going for the record, Project Green Teens attempts to build the largest oyster castle reef. That and more coming up as we access Virginia Beach. Hello and welcome to VBTV's Access Virginia Beach, a program that informs you of news and events from around our city and schools. I'm Mickey Aceto. Thanks for joining us. June 1st marked the start of the 2015 hurricane season, and the National Hurricane Center's forecasters are predicting a below normal Atlantic hurricane season. Forecasters are predicting between 6 and 11 named storms for this season, with 3 to 6 of those strengthening into hurricanes. According to the center's website, up to 2 of those could become major hurricanes that are Category 3 or higher. A below normal season doesn't mean we're off the hook. All it takes is one storm to make our lives miserable. That's why it's so important to be prepared before the storm hits.
The biggest thing that we communicate to all of our citizens is to get a kit, make a plan, and stay informed. And that stay informed piece is so important so that you have enough time to decide if you're going to evacuate and stay in place, and to have the tools that you need.
Creating an emergency supply kit is a must. Essentials include food that won't spoil, plenty of water, a battery-operated radio with extra batteries, flashlights, a can opener, and a first aid kit. Before and during the storm, it's important to stay tuned to local weather reports. Hurricane season officially runs June 1st through November 30th. And you can be even more prepared by signing up for VB Alert, a free automated service that delivers information about severe weather conditions directly to your email inbox or mobile device. Log on to vbgov.com/VBAlert for details. This past May, Virginia Beach Fire joined forces with Norfolk and Chesapeake in a rather unique method of responding to fires. The automatic aid program between the 3 municipalities began May 4th.
City government coming together, working for the good of the region is a great example with this auto aid. So you have fire trucks and fire departments that are bordered each other, very close. And we're using regional assets to fight fires in neighboring cities.
The purpose of this program is to enhance structured fire response and reduce response times to bordering communities within the 3 jurisdictions.
I said go!
Earlier this year, fire crews from the 3 jurisdictions participated in 6 days of live fire training at the Virginia Beach Fire Department Training Center.
We did live burn evolutions for February and March, and we all integrated together. We trained together, talked on radios together, pulled hand lines together, and we all got good at working together. And then on May 4th, it went live.
The plan has been in the works for nearly 20 years. The setback to date has been the technology involved, integrating the policies and training, plus matching up the 3 cities' firefighting know-hows.
About a week ago in the city of Chesapeake, off a military highway at Rokeby Road, the city of Chesapeake had a home fire, had a residential fire. Engine 10, which is at our Providence Road Fire Station, was able to go over into the city of Chesapeake, and they're the second arriving unit.
In the past, that neighboring city would have had to wait on other city fire trucks to show, causing an increase in response time. And now it's finally time for what everyone has been anxiously waiting for, the announcement of the 2016 Public Utilities Water Awareness Calendar winners. Water the Plants, Not the Sidewalk was the heavy favorite, but that got some stiff competition from Prevent Backflow and who could forget, Don't Let Your Water Run. So, which one took home the coveted title? They all did. Mayor Sessoms honored 13 winners during an official awards ceremony in council chambers. And boy, were there some good ideas.
I drew a picture of a wipe saying, "Don't flush me down there," because he doesn't want to be flushed down the toilet where it will clog all of the pipes.
My message is, don't use the toilet as a trash.
Each year, elementary school students submit artwork depicting ways to use water wisely. These lucky 13 were chosen from schools across the city. Their artwork will be featured throughout the calendar and illustrate some important messages.
To not waste water, to reuse it, and to conserve water.
That they should actually use water wisely and learn to actually water the plants.
7,000 copies of the calendar will be printed. They are free to the public and will be available at all Virginia Beach libraries starting in November. Water polo is a popular sport on the West Coast, but that popularity hasn't quite made it to the East Coast yet. The Department of Parks and Recreation has been working hard to build it right here in Virginia Beach. And they've definitely been successful. What started out as one team at Bayside Recreation Center has grown into 3.
This is the Water Polo League. It's been going on for about 5 years now. It ranges from 10 to 18 years old for youth.
Great Neck Recreation Center recently hosted the Water Polo Championship play. So what exactly is water polo?
I always explain it to people like basketball, soccer, and swimming, all in the same sport, because it kind of has the same principles as soccer as far as positioning and how you're setting up in the water. And then basketball, you're using your hands, and then swimming, it's all in the water.
And there are several benefits of the sport.
It's an excellent sport for many reasons. You have, it's a great endurance sport, so you have to be very physically fit, so you get a great workout when you're in there. It teaches you how to be a team player and work with others, and it teaches you how to have a good work ethic as well.
Looking to join the Water Polo League? Leagues are offered at Bayside, Great Neck, and Princess Anne Recreation Centers. Season runs from March through May. You can register online at vbgov.com/swim or visit any Virginia Beach Community Recreation Center to register. While oysters may be an acquired taste, one thing is certain: they do serve an important role in our ecosystem. Project Green Teens, a volunteer-run environmental group facilitated by the Parks and Recreation's Youth Opportunities Office, spent several days working on a project to help grow oyster colonies on the Lynnhaven River.
Oyster blocks can be pretty rough just because of the material they're made out of.
More than 20 volunteers met at Great Neck Park to build oyster castle reefs along the eastern branch of the Lynnhaven River.
Today we are reconstructing an oyster reef using a oyster block, which is a block made by Allied Concrete that's 70% concrete, 30% oyster shell. The 30% oyster shell because of oysters prefer to attach on to other oysters.
Each oyster castle weighs a whopping 665 pounds. Thankfully, volunteers from the Navy donated their time and muscles to help move the heavy blocks to the shoreline.
Well, it's always nice to give back to the community and help those that need help.
Over a 4-day span, Project Green Teens built 30 castles. The structures help oyster colonies grow, stabilize the shoreline, and purify the water.
The first primary goal is to restore the oyster reef so that they filter the water. Each oyster filters 50 gallons of water a day, and a single oyster castle, which cost us normally about $200, can filter 50,000 gallons of water a day. That's an incredible amount of water. This entire reef should filter 3 million gallons of water a day when it's finished.
The teens raised all the funds for the project through grassroots efforts and help from the Parks and Recreation Foundation. Lynnhaven River Now also provided support throughout the process.
We're extremely proud to be a part of this project. They've worked really hard. These teens are so impressive. We were actually very happy to be able to be a part of this here today, to actually watch them build this reef.
Over the course of the project, the group moved about 20,000 pounds of castle block. And while it was definitely a dirty job, members still had fun, and most importantly, the project was a success.
We are taking the blocks from the shore, moving them into the mud, and putting them into the water line. So we have to plunge through the mud. As you can see, my whole leg's muddy, fall in it all the time.
Not only will the castles create greener and cleaner waterways, but they have also submitted the project for consideration by the Guinness Books of World Records. Project Green Teens strives to improve the environment by finding and completing projects that make a difference in our parks, neighborhoods, and schools. For more information, log on to vbgov.com/pgt. Coming up next on this edition of Access Virginia Beach, Helping Hands. Hundreds drop off food to help support the Beach Bags program. And surprise, a retiring elementary school principal gets a farewell from the entire school. We'll have that and more when we return.
Virginia Beach Schools Parent Connection is your one-stop resource for information and events which support families and promote student success. Parent Connection is bringing families together to celebrate the class of 2015. Each high school commencement ceremony is streaming live on the school division's website, vbschools.com. A replay of each graduation is available for the entire month of June. Or parents, you can order a DVD copy of the ceremony by calling 757-385-8288. Now that school is almost out for the summer, it can be challenging to keep your kids engaged in learning. Parent Connection has some simple and fun tips to beat the summer slump. Visit vbschools.com to sign up for our free daily e-tips email, or check them out on our Facebook page and on Twitter at vbschools. From everyone at Parent Connection, have a safe and enjoyable summer. To learn more about important deadlines or to see a complete calendar of Parent Connection events, visit vbschools.com and click on the Parent tab at the top of the page.
Hop aboard the new and improved airship Curiosity for the latest in discovery. That's right, it's a whole new look for your favorite blimp, a brand new brain game lab for Professor Omnibus, and even a new look for your favorite blimp pilot. Learn all about the art technique of flame-working glass, plus see how trainers can determine if their four-legged friends have the right stuff to become police dogs. And Professor Omnibus will show you how a plastic cup can sound like it's from a barnyard. All on the latest How in the World.
Welcome back to Access Virginia Beach. I'm Mickey Aceto. Beach schools partnered with local organizations to host a beach bags food drive at 2 locations in the city on May 28th. At Lansdowne Commons, volunteers collected donations from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m.
Well, we're out here helping beach bags for the Virginia Beach Public Schools for children over the weekends that may not get lunch or dinner.
Volunteers eagerly packed up donated supplies that just may be the only thing that students eat until Monday morning.
Every bag has 2 snacks, 2 milks, 2 cereals or breakfast items, 2 full meals, if you will, and then 2 fruits, and I believe that's everything. So enough to have several meals throughout the weekend or at night when the kids don't have them.
It's a fact that students are more ready to learn when they have sufficient food to eat.
So we're here accepting donations, monetary or food, packing up the bags and loading up the bus, and then it will be delivered to numerous schools throughout Hampton Roads.
Hi, I'm here with Love Thy Neighbor Foundation, and we work together with Cheeseburger in Paradise to raise $550, which we would like to donate to the Virginia Beach Beach Bags program.
At Town Center's Fountain Plaza, walk-up guests were welcomed by a slew of community volunteers, all eager to help those less fortunate.
We help underprivileged kids in our local communities, and we feel very strongly in the areas of education specifically, so we've done some work in the past to help access college, to help kids get into college, stay in college, and we felt that the beach bags aligned with that initiative very well.
My daughter goes to Great Neck Middle School, and that's how I heard about the beach bags, is through an email that I get from Great Neck Middle School. And I just believe adults are responsible for taking care of the kids because they're not old enough to take care of themselves, and I just always feel like whatever I can do to help out a child in need, that's what I do.
Sailors from the Joint Expeditionary Base Little Creek Fort Story spent much of the day lending a hand.
Last month we had a little food drive, and so our sailors are in the background packing those food into meal bags for the children of the school system.
Making a difference in students' lives can now pay big dividends in the future.
We want to make sure that we're there and we're helping our kids, and we want them to be successful and achieve, and we need to make sure that we're meeting their basic needs and, assisting where we can.
At this year's event, 57 schools participated in the program. 139 volunteers donated their time, 1,900 bags were packed, and $2,300 was raised. Since 1999, the veterans of foreign wars have recognized teachers in grades K through 12 for their promotion of citizenship education in the classroom. VFW Back Bay Post 1211 made a special stop at a local school to honor one of Virginia Beach's own. Mr. Kennison, a 5th grade teacher at Christopher Farms Elementary, thought he was dropping off his kids for PE, but instead he walked into one really big surprise.
All right, Mr. Kennison, you're probably wondering why we're here today.
That was the question of the morning as the entire 5th grade gathered to celebrate their favorite teacher.
Not only were you named the Back Bay Post Teacher of the Year, but then you went on to compete against other extraordinary teachers in the district to earn the distinction of the VFW District 2 Teacher of the Year. What an accomplishment.
To celebrate that accomplishment and honor his success in the classroom, students and staff gathered to present him with a surprise award for the entire district.
Please come on up.
Mr. Kennison earned the award for his unique lessons in citizenship and American history. He is a retired colonel with 30 years in the military and became a teacher more than a decade ago.
There were some things that teachers did and didn't do that I remembered. And so I said to myself, I want to drop back and see how many children I can inspire in the time that I have left. And I thought it would be 5 or 7 years. And look what's happened. We're at 18, but the clock's still running.
VFW annually recognizes the nation's top classroom teachers who are committed to spreading patriotism.
We want to recognize teachers because they have the hardest job, and they're the ones who are educating our future.
Mr. Kennison won $100 to spend in his classroom. Congratulations. It was a month full of surprises. Across town, one unsuspecting principal was completely caught off guard when her entire school planned a secret assembly, all in her honor.
When she comes out, I want for everybody to yell surprise.
One by one, more than 1,000 students and staff from Glenwood Elementary filed outside in the back field. The reason?
We were going to come out and have a fake fire drill and surprise Ms. Stolman.
Mrs. Stolman, the school's beloved principal for the past 13 years, is retiring. Everyone wanted to wish her the best of luck and let her know how much they'll miss her.
She has helped me through each and every grade, and she's always been there for students to help them learn and teach them. She's an amazing principal.
Yeah, she's a really good principal because she's always helpful. She makes sure we have good vocabulary, and she makes sure that she checks up on us.
May you always go in peace and joy.
Students sang her a special song and of course gave her plenty of hugs. Even though it was a hard secret to keep, the school was able to surprise her.
The kids here are just so phenomenal, and everything that you try and teach them about being kind and being gracious and taking care of each other, they certainly gave back to me today.
Mrs. Stolman has devoted 31 years to the school division, 20 of those years as a principal. Her retirement plans include traveling and spending time with her grandkids. Cheers to 50 years, Arrowhead Elementary. The school recently invited former students and staff to join in on the anniversary celebration being held at the school.
It's my pleasure this morning to welcome you to our 50-year anniversary breakfast.
Arrowhead Elementary opened its doors in 1964, 5 years before Neil Armstrong walked on the moon.
This is a wonderful occasion for this community, but especially for this school, Arrowhead's 50th anniversary. There are a lot of memories in this community and this building.
Carolyn Garrett is a living legacy at the friendly school.
As I look at the people that are here today as visitors, many of them are teachers that worked with me, staff members that worked with me, and it's like a family homecoming to see everybody. There are many hugs and smiles, and do you remember when?
Like, do you remember the good old days? Kevin McGee attended Arrowhead, then returned as a substitute teacher.
Very neat. It's school is totally different because it's been rebuilt. I did come here one time and take a tour when Carolyn was retiring, which I came her last day. And but it's neat seeing some of the teachers that taught me.
And he played another role too.
I was the Indian chief whenever Carolyn needed me.
And the smiles on their faces will surely make your day when you take a little time to share.
The 5th grade chorus shared some of those memories as they sang the school song and many other hits from the past half-century. Sisters Jennifer and Kimberly attended, but their mom also worked at the school.
It's exciting, although it feels like I never really left. My mom has worked here since I was in elementary school, so we're around a lot.
It's always like coming home. I still have some teachers here that taught me when I was in elementary school, Mrs. Sackle, and so it's always good to see familiar faces and be back somewhere familiar.
Display boards, artifacts, and photo albums contain pictures as well as cherished memories for the alumni. Preston Holt was the school's first PE teacher. Things were a lot different then.
I was the first PE teacher here. I had all the classes by myself. I had first grade, I had 7 classes. And now, compared to now, they would have probably 2 assistants. And that was the difference between then and now.
The name of Arrowhead Elementary was derived from the excavation of the original property. An Indian mound was discovered that contained many different artifacts, including arrowheads. As many residents know, stormwater retention is a big issue in Virginia Beach. Recently, a handful of students from Bayside High School teamed up with Hampton Road Sanitation to build a floating wetlands island.
Once you get the plants planted, put cedar mulch around the plants.
Stormwater management is a big problem here in the Hampton Roads area because we have such a high water table. The water can only filter down so far, and then we have so much impervious surface that we have so much of it washing away.
Bayside students launched 2 5-by-10-foot floating wetland islands into the retention pond at the HRSD Elizabeth Treatment Plant on Shore Drive.
Well, we're always looking for different types of things we can get the kids experienced and have the kids know different programs we have going. How to clean the watershed. It goes right along with all our subject areas. And if kids have a chance to do things, they might enjoy it more. And see the whole point in studying it.
Okay?
Okay.
A little more.
You want more?
Okay, that's good.
The islands are rafts made from recycled plastics that float on the water's surface and combat pollution by making use of native plants. They act similarly to natural wetlands and will provide homes to beneficial water cleaning microorganisms. The community project allowed students to get a first-hand look at how their project can make a difference.
It makes me feel like better about being part of the community because you're more involved. Like before this year, before the past couple of years, I guess, I wasn't really involved in anything for the benefit of the community, I guess.
Bayside students have also done some oyster gardening in the nearby Thorogood neighborhood and planted a wetlands island for the retention pond back in Marlin Country.
I need a roll of netting.
Okay.
Start putting the netting on this one.
Several years ago, Erwin Bonnets was the plant manager at HRSD's Atlantic plant. And in partnership with Ocean Lakes High School, a similar type island was placed in their retention pond.
We are not a stormwater authority, but our mission is to keep the HRSD waterways clean and leave our waterways clean and in good condition for future generations. Historically, HRSD has always helped other agencies that are involved in water pollution control and environmental measures, and we cooperate with other state agencies and local government, whatever. So it just made sense that we had Lynn Haven River Now and a local high school that wanted to work together on an environmental project, and we had a stormwater retention pond, and we had the ability to help them, so it just seemed like a natural thing to do.
And consumers like the idea. Those customers paying sewer bills help support these types of projects.
But working with the kids is really great. It gives me a chance to feel like I'm really making a difference because when I see these kids and see how excited they are about trying to save the earth, it just makes me real excited too.
HRSD, the region's wastewater treatment utility, purchased the floating islands as one of its 75th anniversary community education initiatives. If your business would like to become a partner in education with the school division, log on to vbschools.com/getconnected. And with that, we've come to the end of our show. But if you've missed something or would like to see it again, you can view this program online. Log on to vbgov.com/media, then under the All Categories button, find and click on Access Virginia Beach. For everyone here at VBTV, I'm Mickey Aceto. Thanks for watching.